I think Ian, he picks what he wants because they're trying to another Conor McGregor. Brian has shown his toughness. Diego is too new. Brian's got to put him in his place.
He's doing these rituals before the fight. Right now, this is my challenge to him. If we can fight in a clear way in this case.
But ain't about the spells or the mantras, bro. Say your prayers, walk out there and fight like a man. Yeah, here we are again. Overdogs Podcast. There's only a few of us overdogs, so it only makes sense we're here. What's up, boys? Ice Bags and Mac Malley.
What's up?
All good, brother.
I was gonna say Ice Mac and Bags Malley.
I like
That works. That works. That works.
That happens.
I like that.
It happens.
Yeah.
I could be Bags O'Malley.
So,
Back so mad.
yeah. Man, today all day I was at the gym training hard this morning. I had a couple of news media out there watching the workout. Me and the boys were going in. Cameras was rolling. MVP was out there. Most Valuable Promotions was out there filming some stuff for the fight. We got that, still ticking.
But you said only a few of us is overdogs, but actually you're an underdog against Jake.
Are you fucking serious? What are the odds?
It's all right. I've been a favorite for some time. I've won my underdog fights. I've won my overdog fights, and
Do you know the last time that you were an underdog? Do you remember? Do you think it was maybe like your first BKFC fight or something coming in against Julian or something where
He was an
you
underdog
hadn't
against
fought BKFC?
MVP.
Do you know what that is, or were you an underdog maybe against Luke?
I don't know if I was an underdog on Triller. I don't know if I was an underdog against Lane or Luke. I was favorites for, I think, all the others.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
MVP. I
MVP,
don't
you
know.
were an underdog. I made money on that one. I was telling everybody, bro. I was like, no. MVP's going to dive
My
in.
dog.
Yeah, he's like, he's going to
My
break his
dog.
fucking
You
hands.
bet on
bro.
me? Let's go.
Bro, after the Julian Lane fight, I was like, watch, bro. I've seen this 1,000 times. Like, MVP's going to dive in with one of those karate punches, those leaping in strikes. He's going to break his hands, man. Like, it's not the same. He's not a volume puncher. And if he doesn't knock out somebody, then he's going to break his hands probably. We've seen everybody go through it. I was like, Mike's going to outdog him. And you were an underdog for that one, for sure.
So apparently that makes no difference to you then, Mike. Like it's not something you look at before a fight to see if you're an underdog or a favorite. Like you don't give a fuck.
I see everything. But I'm very careful about what I choose to. I just stay focused, and no matter what is out there being said, especially a fight like this against Jake, is like there's a lot of coverage, a lot of attention, and lots of different types of comments, all up and down, sideways, left and right, whatever, and it's funny to read sometimes. I'll take it, and I hope it's entertaining for the people that are, going to watch or going to the event, things like that they could see something on it. But, man, I'm tunnel vision, man. I just stay focused. I don't worry about it. I want people to say the most outlandish things and shove it in their face when it's all said and done.
Have you ever bet on yourself? Are you allowed to bet on yourself?
I said something today when I was recording earlier. I was like, man, when I gamble, I didn't say this. What I said was, I don't bet. I don't gamble. This ain't a gamble. I put in the work in the gym, and I get in the ring and I fight my heart out. And I train really hard. Man, I could take some punches, man. I train with some hard hitters, and they can crack. And they hit me so hard sometimes that I just smile a little bit because I'm like, damn, I don't even think I felt that.
You did. You texted us last night. You were like, I was hitting with a hard punching motherfucker. You're like, didn't even faze me. And you sent me a picture.
Yeah,
I think you sent me a picture last week with two Ivan Drago looking motherfuckers that you were training with.
Yeah, this motherfucker was just as big.
Yeah,
and he's a pro boxer, 7-0, 6 knockouts.
Do you think using gloves in this upcoming fight's going to be beneficial? Like, do you think it's going to be like you're so used to BKFC? And I know you obviously you fought with fours, you fought with them all, but do you think it's almost going to be like a handicap for him or for you, I guess. It's like easy as fuck, like eating those punches compared. Do you get what I'm asking? I didn't word that very well.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It took a minute, but I got it too.
You guys know I'm here all week.
You know, the thing with the gloves, I mean, these 10-ounce gloves, man, I can hit really hard with some 10-ounce gloves. I can hit really hard. Like, you should hear the sound of the bag when I'm hitting that bitch with 10-ounce gloves. Overhand right, just hook, power hook, wham, hard as I can, echoes through the gym. And I was saying this because they asked me today, she was like, can Jake Paul beat Nate Diaz? And I was like, he already did. And the girl was like, he said he already did. Like, and then she looked at her phone and like there was more notes at the bottom and it said in MMA. And I was like, see, now that's a different question. I was like, Jake could win, but also Nate could possibly win. His jiu-jitsu is probably his best attribute. His durability is really good too. And I was like, that's funny because people are thinking I fight bare knuckles, so the weight of these 10-ounce gloves. Like, first of all, bro, I train with 16-ounce gloves and headgear. I'm popping the bag. I'm doing mitts. I'm working speed, and it's with big 16s on. They're about 2 pounds each. And when they're soaking wet with my sweat, because they don't dry out overnight, I keep them in the bag. They're nice and moist when I get to the gym, smelling fresh. You know, they're probably 3 pounds each. And I also shadow box with 5-pound weights. And, you know, so these gloves, man, I'm going to be throwing power punches. You know, taking the hits with the 10 ounces. I've taken them with 4 ounces. But that's what I was going to say was they're like, you know, Jake couldn't knock out Nate with 10s on in a 10-round boxing match. But now you seem to think that Jake can punch harder with 4-ounce MMA gloves. But I thought you could punch harder with the big boxing gloves. And that he's an experienced boxer. And that, you know, it's just different for MMA guys to go put boxing gloves on. Their arms get heavy. No, there's a technique to this. The name of my gym is Technique. And I don't care how you spell it. It's a technical thing. And we've been working on how I'm going to beat up on Jake. And it's easy. I just stay glued to him.
100%. I said this from the very beginning. I was like, I'm surprised Jake took the fight, especially in 10-ounce gloves, because I don't think people understand how much pop there is in a 10-ounce glove versus like a 14-ounce glove, right? The 14 feels like a fucking pillow compared to the 10. The 10 feels like a rock, you know, and it's added weight to your hand. So I'm surprised he did. I think it's a major advantage to you. And I think we all know the game plan, right? Like, you just got to get inside of his reach. And once you get inside his reach, stay glued to him. I think you work his body a lot. Like, I'm not trying to go too far into like what your game plan is, but I think you work his body and, you know, you use your size versus his size as an advantage.
Well, I think he knows that. And at the end of the day, of course, you know, we got to have our tricks in our back pocket to try to pull him out during the fight. Whatever that means. He knows I want to come to him and get him. There's the only questions is if and when he's going to come forward and try to press me, or, you know, if he's just going to keep moving back with the jab to the body or a jab and try to set up the power hand. But, you know, whatever. I'm excited to do it. I'm training like a bat out of hell, man, and I'm putting in the work. I'm feeling really good about myself, and I'm only getting stronger every day. So I know we were talking about it anyways. We were talking about MVP. He's got a big fight coming this weekend.
Yep.
That's going to be a good fight. Yep. I should have reached out to him sooner. Hey, thanks to our sponsors at Overdogs.bet, the only place on the planet with exotic MMA prop bets. Sign up now for beta and free play. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, because the king of violence told you to do so. Show some love to the Overdogs Podcast, baby.
Let me ask you a couple of questions real quick, Mike. 10 conspiracy theories in 30 seconds. Here we go. Are lizard people real?
No.
Is Michelle Obama a man?
Lizard people might be real. They get tattoos. I had to think about it. I'm sorry, but that's a tough one. I don't know, man. They be editing videos and saying her little thing be bouncing? And,
Yes or no?
and then there's a picture. I don't know, man. That's mean, bro. Shout out Obama, bro. Michelle
shout out
Obama is
Obama.
not. I mean,
All right. Did we land on the moon?
that's my mom says yeah, and I'm like, I don't know, girl.
That's because she watched it on TV, so she's always gonna be like,
She was there, bro.
Yeah.
She was there, bro. They was they was landing. She was at home, like, oh my God, they're on the moon.
Is
Okay,
Bigfoot
sorry.
real?
Yes, I that's my dog.
Did Biden poop his pants?
Yes,
Did the government kill Kennedy?
yes.
Do elites use adrenochrome?
Is that what Ryan Garcia took?
Nah, it's that stuff that comes out of I think the spinal. And they said, remember the movie Monster? They said they made it off of the adrenochrome. They scare the kids, and then they suck it out of their spinal tap, and then they like either ingest it or inject it.
Probably. I mean, stem cells.
CIA started the crack epidemic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Freeway Ricky Ross said they did. All right,
That's how the drugs getting here, man.
Jesus was black.
I heard about that. I don't think he's quite like African American. I think he's like just a dark because he was out in the sun all the time. And he's like, I guess he's Jewish, but he's like
Middle Eastern, right?
Kinda like
He's
the
like
Arab.
brown, yeah.
All right, Antarctica is blocked off because the aliens or Nazis are there.
That's where I got the 2% from. From the Lord and Savior. The Nazis, they're killing Nazis. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. They say Antarctica is blocked off because either aliens live there or Nazis live there.
The other side of the ice wall, the elites, there's different maps of like there's a whole nother world on the other side. I don't care or know about all that. I have seen videos where a guy was like, if you take this and you go here and you take this plane here and you go here and you take this bus and you go here and you go here and you go here and then you can take this and you can jump in the water in Antarctica outside of the island. There was like a travel trip that he did to Antarctica. So you can go there and there's nothing but just a flat Iceland.
All right, there it is.
And
10 conspiracy theories.
Iceland's green and Greenland's made of ice. I'm sorry.
That's
10
true.
conspiracy theories in 30 seconds, which ended up being about 3 minutes with Mike Perry. Tito Ortiz fucking followed instructions and did that shit in 30 seconds, Mike.
It's okay, Mike. I understand. You just pulled a Mac Bally,
Well,
dude.
where's the fun in that, man? And the one you didn't ask me after you asked me that one, I thought I had a question for you.
All right, what's up?
Conspiracy theory. Did the government, let me get out of here. Did the government do 9/11?
Yes. They were definitely involved.
Hey, what you guys talking about, man?
100%.
He had to get off screen.
Yeah.
Get off screen.
All right, let's talk about. We haven't talked about fights in a while, man. We had Tito on. We didn't really talk any fights. He was all about political stuff. We won't get into that. Then we had the Jake Paul episode after the announcement. So let's get into like 303 a little bit, right?
Well, let's
So
start
here's
with-
the crazy thing.
Let's go over Robert Whittaker, though, this last weekend. That was
The
banging.
card. The last card.
Yeah, Robert
for sure. Have at it.
destroyed
Fucking
him, man.
phenomenal fight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just want to touch on that one. That dude, what, one fight away? Would they give him a title shot, you guys think?
I think Sean gets a title shot. Like they want Sean to fight now. They want Sean to fight Robert, right? But like,
Yeah.
if you're Sean, why do you fight Robert? You cleaned Izzy out. You lost to Drickus in a very contestable fight, right? I thought he should have gotten the fight with the rematch with Drickus versus Izzy on like a 4 of 6 losing skid, and he gets the call over that. I don't mind Sean saying that, man. He's like, I'm just gonna sit here and wait because I deserve that shot, and I can't disagree.
That's what he said about the Whittaker fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you guys see him sparring
Yes.
that Japanese boxer?
Yeah.
Did you see my comment?
What'd you say?
It got about 12,000 likes on a comment, bro.
Go. What was it?
I said the good old judo chop, the Judy chop, as seen on Austin Powers.
It was not pretty. It was not pretty. Yeah.
It worked for
Yeah.
him though. I thought he was beating that guy up pretty good.
He was. It was the other guy with his back against the cage, yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to bring up Robert, dude. That was fucking fantastic. He
What
smoked
other
him.
fight was on that card?
Oh, man.
What other fight
It was
that?
Sergey and is it Ankov? The two
No,
friends?
Volkov. Yeah.
Volkov.
Ser-
Yeah.
Sergey's now on a 2-fight skid. So after
Great
looking
fight.
yeah.
A lot of fun. Watching Sergey push him off at the end after was like he was wanting no love from his homie.
Yeah, the muscle head got touched up. Bink Bink bro was getting his hair combed in the corner.
100%.
Yeah.
I like that, man. That's good stuff.
All right,
That guy's
look,
a
if
G.
you need a hairdresser in your corner for Paul, just holler at me. I'll keep that shit tight.
Oh, dude.
right.
What about
Spray
Johnny?
it, fucking blow dry it.
What about Johnny Walker versus Volkan Oezdemir, bro? Like, what is it about Johnny Walker, man? He's like the most. It's like God made the 6'5" dude that's physically gifted like crazy. Have you ever seen his vertical? It's insane. But then he gave him no chin. It's crazy, man. He like always just gets bopped once and he's fucking out. And I'm not
so
trying to make.
goofy.
Well, when you're fighting at 205, these guys, Vulcan hit him one time. You know, you can't be down to take the full blunt of punches at that weight class, and these guys swinging. Oh my goodness!
Mike,
It was
you
one
ever
of the
seen
funnier knockouts I've ever seen, though.
He's like a comedian when he gets knocked out, man. And I'm not trying to.
He looks. It's crazy to be like at the top of a sport, but then also be able to look like completely unathletic and uncoordinated at the same time. It's wild.
He gets bopped in the chin. He turns into like a fucking cartoon, dude. Like,
Yeah, he does.
I mean, Jamal Hill, the way he flew his hands up in the air and fell back. Like, again, I'm not trying to rip on the guy. I mean, shout out. He goes
I
out
hope
there.
we
he
run
always-
into him sometime and I get to tell him all this shit you're talking.
Yeah, word. Okay.
Let's bring him on. Jazz, get Johnny Walker on next.
Have you-
We'll play this clip.
You guys ever seen the clip of him getting knocked out like 3 times in like 30
Yes.
seconds? Like, Mike, you ever seen that? Dude, it's insane. Jazz, if you can pull that
Jazz,
up.
find
I
it
have it
now.
on my Twitter. If you look up Johnny Walker, you'll see it. But, dude, Mike, he gets knocked out literally 3 or 4 times in the span of 30 seconds. He's flat out and literally sits up like The Undertaker just to get knocked out like 2 more times. It's insane, dude. So it's like he's always been one punch shutout. He either knocks you out or you knock him out like a silly, wacky, inflatable arm flailing tube man, bro. You got to
Let's
see
talk
this
about
stuff.
303. It is a kind of exciting card. All right, go ahead. Yeah, this is so good.
This is the beginning of the fight.
Bro,
Look at this.
when
Look
they
at this.
play
It gets
this- when they play it with the music, bro. The Dell computer crashing.
Did you see the way he flopped over?
Oh, it's so mean, bro. So mean, man.
It's so weird though, man. Okay, but anyway, yeah, 303.
All right, so I was looking at the card and I'm like, I scroll down and it shows the canceled fights, right? And I'm like, the canceled fight fucking card is longer than the regular card. What the hell is going on? Look at the canceled card. It's Jamal Hill versus Roundtree canceled. Connor versus Chandler canceled. Jamal versus Olberg canceled. Anthony Smith versus Olberg canceled. I mean, come on.
Connor
All right,
Chandler.
Here we go. We'll start at the first fight, and I really love this fucking fight. Ian Machado Gary against MVP. Mike, what do you think about that fight? Give me a little breakdown. You fought MVP, obviously. He's had a little success now that he's popped back he's gotten over to the UFC. What you think?
I mean, he fought Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's tough. Kevin Holland's slick, dude, and he's just about that life, man. He brings it to you, and he's got some skills. So, him and MVP, I thought, MVP and Kevin Holland put on a great show. It was a great fight, and he edged it out, which was incredible to see. I think Ian, he picks what he wants sometimes for reasons, and his people are trying to find the path for him to get to the top, and he fights really smart. He's a calf kicker. He's a point fighter. He's gonna kickbox you and point you. He's gonna stay circling around you. Only once or twice maybe we've seen MVP susceptible to a calf kick. Obviously, he's very fast, and I didn't have to face his legs. I wasn't up against his kicking ability, his karate, his taekwondo, his in-and-out bouncing style. I saw Ian Gary spar for 4 rounds or 5 rounds against my boy Philly Fresh. I saw that live at like midnight. They pulled up, and they sparred, and we were there, and I was trying to, just tell Phil to punch him harder or something. And I don't know, man. I think Ian's gonna point it. MVP is an interesting fighter, especially with all moves involved. The 8-point arc. I think Ian Gary, because they're trying to another Conor McGregor.
I think MVP is, like a generational striker, man. He's awesome to watch. But we've seen him get in trouble before. And, like, with the Kevin Holland fight, I feel like Kevin Holland played into his game because Kevin Holland's about it, man. Like, he wants to beat you however, but he'll challenge you, Like, he stood and banged with him a little bit. And, like, Ian Gary is a lot more tactical in his approach and won't fall into other people's game plan, so I don't think he'll sit there and play around with MVP. I think he'll probably use those leap-in strikes MVP uses to probably clinch up, push him against the cage, and hold him there, slow him down, and probably win by points. But MVP could knock out any welterweight on any given day. Well,
So
I'll
two
take
things
Ian.
here before I give my thoughts is, one is Holland is already fighting Cannonier, right?
Yeah, they said they agreed to it.
Yeah, I think that's the next fight. So now Holland, loses to Venom Page, wins by snapping homie's arm, and then gets the number 4 guy in the division. Like, that's a hell of a shot for Holland. But my second one
But then it's a jump, 170 to 185.
Right.
They be doing that to him, but he's about that
He is
life,
about
man.
it, man.
Mad respect to Kevin Holland.
He like
bro.
reminds me
Yeah,
of
shout
Cowboy
out to
Cerrone.
Holland, because Cannonier's a fucking monster too. Like, he's a big boy. But my other question was just talking about MVP was, like, what was that like for you, Mike? Because you're used to a certain type of fighter. Like 99% or 95% of the fighters have a certain style, right? That's somewhat similar to each other. And then you get a guy like MVP that just is totally different. So what is it like in the prep going into that? Like, if you're coaching Ian Gary, right? Like, how do you approach that as a team with that style?
I'm looking at Douglas Lima kind of gave the blueprint and kicks that cab, and from that sideways stance, is MVP going to side kick? Is he going to spinning back kick? Is he going to spinning hook kick? Ian Gary fights up tall, and he kicks the calf, and he's got good dexterability, and I think you just kick the calf and you jab him in his chest, and you kick the calf and you jab him in his chest, and you do what Max said, where you run him up against the fence, you try to work some dirty boxing, and try to sneak in an elbow, maybe a knee in the clinch. Are you the stronger grappler? He is good in the clinch when it comes to like Muay Thai trips, because he was able to kind of shuck Holland over with like a trip after he hit him with a good shot. And because MVP is long arms, but Ian Gary is tall and he fights long, so it's an interesting matchup, and I was surprised that they went all the way with it, and that fight's actually happening.
I think it's a win-win for the UFC, because either you validate like Ian as your next guy. He just beat MVP, who validated himself against Kevin Holland. He just belongs in the UFC. And if MVP wins, damn, he's really that serious. He just took out one of your most exciting fighters, and then now one of your up-and-coming like high-level prospects. So I think it's a win-win for the UFC. But I was a little bit surprised they made the fight too.
I do agree with that, and I think that's the only reason they actually matched that fight, right? Because if Ian loses, he's still young, he can still come up, but it gives you this like comeback story for MVP that will play powerfully across emotions and things like that. I think you're right. All right, next fight. I mean, if I could skip a fight, I would. Mayra Buena Silva and
Who's your
Macy.
pick?
Yeah, who is your
Chiasson.
pick for Ian?
Oh, I think you guys both nailed it. I think Gary points him to death. I think it's a fairly boring fight, but I would not be surprised whatsoever to see MVP win the fight. Like,
Yeah. Oh, he caught him.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. So we got Mayra Buena Silva, who was an absolute disaster in her championship fight. and Macy Chazon.
I'll go first if you want me to, Mike. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Man. Well, let me tell you guys, I think
Macy has shown a lot of promise, man. She's powerful. She's good. I like Macy a lot. I think Myra, like you said, had an off night that night. She skyrocketed in the divisions pretty quickly. Maybe just bit off a little bit more than she can chew, but I'll take Myra Bueno Silva by submission.
Mike's
I
like,
don't know
I
their
don't give a
name.
fuck about this fight.
I don't.
Yeah. He was plugging his nose.
Silva's a good bet that you could go with a submission, but you said she had a horrible fight.
Oh, bro, do you remember this? She fought for the title. Who'd she fight, Mac?
Wasn't
for
it
the title?
Raquel?
Raquel, right?
It was
and,
so bad.
And
dude.
literally, it was a 5-round fight. And then in the fourth, almost the entire fourth and fifth round, she laid on her back with her elbows back like this, just kicking at her. I'm talking about for minutes on end, bro. Like completely quit, was gassed by the second round, and then just laid. It was a championship fucking fight, and just laid there kicking at her.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was as close to you
know.
get as like her just walking out of the cage, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not throwing that pick in my parlay.
Yeah, no. There's no reason to have that fight on your card. All right. Just give me a name. Just fucking pick one. Who cares?
Silva.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna go Silva too. I had dinner with her one night. She was really sweet, but
Yeah, she was cool. We were there. I was there with you.
there's not much else to say there. All right, here we go. Anthony Smith and Roman Dolidze. Dolidze.
He's the one who stole Cheyenne, Warrior Princess.
Bro, Anthony Smith is 38-19. That's a lot of fucking fights.
Lionheart
Yep.
is a G, man. He
Lot of
shows
fights.
up and he can scrap. And then I don't know, there was something that happened because he was on a run, and then it just all came to a screeching halt.
He fought John Jones for the title. And Mike, that's actually a perfect question for you, dude. You remember what happened? He could have quit. He could have quit, and he would have won by disqualification because I don't remember what John did. Eye poke or nut shot, something. He did something illegal.
Well, shout out to Anthony because he's a real fighter. He wasn't gonna fucking take
Yeah,
one
I respect
from the
it.
GOAT like that. He's like, accidents happen. Let's keep fighting. And yeah, I remember. I mean, John beats up everybody, but
Yeah.
so
Lionheart
but like
for a reason.
he had trouble coming back after that one,
Mm-hmm.
and then his last one, he did a great job.
He's one of those sneaky veterans, dude. Like these up and coming guys, they think he's
got
easy.
some wisdom
He's-
for sure.
he's
He's
slick.
got some wisdom. I'll go Lionheart.
Same. I think this is like a classic, one of those up and coming power puncher type guys. I mean, Dolidze can wrestle, but probably make some mistake, maybe clips Anthony and Anthony chokes him out or something like that. Yeah, I don't ever sleep on Lionheart against like these middle of the road guys. Even if you're middle of the road on your way up to the top, yeah, like I feel like this happens a lot.
That's the thing about middle of the road guys is because no one really knows them yet, and then they do something big and they get seen and noticed, and the guy wasn't ready for this guy that he didn't know about to have those skills. The guy showed up and explodes. So, but that's where it's hard to make a pick sometimes. But I mean, Lionheart he's been smart about how he deals with unknown opponents.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? You don't have a whole lot of tape on these guys. You've been fighting for so long, but there's not a lot of tape. And a lot of times the gatekeepers do win those fights. Like, remember when Magny was, I think, a heavy underdog in that fight and then came back and whooped his ass on that young up-and-comer?
Happens
I'm
a lot.
going to go Anthony. Yeah, I agree. I love this next fight.
Oh, banger.
Huge fan of both guys. I know we had Ortega on the show. I'd love to have Diego on the show. Diego Lopez is super exciting. So we got Brian Ortega and Diego Lopez as the co-main.
Ooh, that's such a banger to put on last minute, dude. Like that fight.
Why am I not?
Diego's the
I'm
one
not
with the
seeing
funny hair.
Diego Lopez.
The funny hair. He has like the mullet.
Diego's the one
He's
that's got
Brazilian.
the swooped over hair, young kid.
It looks like Fallout Boy.
Diego, he's tatted up.
Yeah.
He's a new and he's hot.
He's on
Like,
fire.
He's cooking.
Yes.
He's cooking.
He has been cooking and he has been winning
3
fights.
straight finishes.
That is an interesting one because
It's a
Brian
huge step up.
has shown his toughness of what he can endure, and then once he puts the pressure on you, and when he's on the ground with you, he's mean. He can strangle damn near anyone on the ground. His Gracie jiu-jitsu is really good. Diego is too new. Brian's gotta show him. Brian's gotta put him in his place. And we had Brian on here. Diego's just living his life though. He's chilling, living happy, and he fights like a bat out of hell. That's tough, man, because if he hits Brian, he's going to go for the kill.
I mean, that's what I'm looking at too, man. Go ahead.
And Brian be getting hit, but Brian like that shit low-key, like me.
Brings out the dog.
He could take some... And man, I'm rocking with Brian Ortega, man. He racing to that title again, so let's go.
My take would be Brian Ortega's been heavily inactive for a lot of years, even, it's... because of injuries and shit, he told us himself, but I feel like he's hit a new stride, like the shit he told us, he's found God, all this stuff. Like, he just seems on a different wavelength now, and it's interesting to see. Like you said, he's a dog, he likes to get hit. It wakes him up, and Diego's going to give him that, So I see, like, a nasty scrap in the first round. Diego is throwing a Hail Mary here. He could be him, Oh, this is one of the sickest fucking moves ever. Look at this shit. Oof.
Damn.
That is crazy, bro. And then flying triangle.
That's not easy.
Bro.
That shit's hard.
I mean, that right there is fucking nuts. So, I think we're going to see a...
Pause. I said he's hot. I
did.
meant, like, he's cooking. I tried to change it right away.
Hey,
but
just say no Diddy right now, and we'll edit it back in there.
No, dude.
No Diddy, bro.
Fuck. Well, yeah, with that said, man, I think Diego gives him a run for his money in the first round. I mean, Diego's got nothing to lose here. If you lose to Brian Ortega, who gives a fuck, man? It's your fourth fight in the UFC. You're on a hot streak. No Diddy. If he does it, it just shows he might be him. He did lose his first fight in the UFC, but... and by decision. I see this just being an all-out scrap in the first round, and Brian Ortega doing what Brian Ortega does and slapping on a choke or hitting him. Probably a choke. Choke. It's going to be a choke. Second round.
This is a banger fill-in for the co-main. Because, I mean, if
out
you
of
look
thin
at
air?
it, what, a month ago, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Yair was, they were like, oh, if Yair beats Ortega, then Yair is the guy that's going to fight Ilya, right?
Yep.
And Ortega upset him. And then Diego Lopez, we've been watching that, and the kid's been fucking smoking people.
He just fight too, yeah.
But I got to tend to agree with Mike here, and I think like that veteran savvy, just happens to overcome the younger guy this time. I think Diego is a future superstar. I think Diego is probably a future champion, potential future champion for sure. But, man, Ortega's tough. Banger fight. Could go either way. I'm going to take Ortega. All right, Jazz, why don't you pull up the video for Alex and Yuri real quick? This is some crazy fucking shit here.
Oh, the magic.
Mike, have you seen all this stuff?
I saw them talking about the mantras and the spells.
Talking about Alex using shamans and spiritual. Can you kind of explain that?
No, I said thank you. Yes, everybody knows that, and he's doing these rituals before the fight. He's everybody can feel that, what's around him and what's going on. So, and I think Alex can't fight without that. So, and that's something what he's using like normally in a fighting. And let's see. This is like right now. This is my challenge to him. If we can fight in a clear way in this case, to be not without like some another things, some whatever, but let the higher power be there in the cage to see who's the best in the world, in the performance, in the pure performance. That's all.
Is that something you'll ask him to do, to face you without doing all of that, to see who's the best?
Yeah.
See, and if anyone you're gonna believes that, like Yuri deadass thinks he's fighting like a mystical jungle warrior from like
He does.
like he's
100%.
literally like he's a shaman. Okay,
Yeah.
leave the
Japan.
spells at home. Let's figure this out,
In
Bushido
Japan.
style.
Why would I leave
He
my
thinks
spells?
he's like a legitimate samurai.
Is it his response?
Dude, the owner of
Yeah, this is a response.
Alex, earlier today, Yuri was in here and he said that he believes you use shamans, magic, and spiritual help to compete in the octagon. And he would like to challenge you in this fight that you don't do that and you just perform physically.
Bom, acho que todo mundo tem espírito, né? Acho que ninguém vive só com o corpo, né? Se ele não acredita ou se ele não encontrou, né, o espírito dele, eu não tenho culpa.
Well, everybody have their own spirits. We're not only made of flesh and bone. I found mine. If he did not found his, or if he does not believe, not my fault.
Dude, this fight is so fucking cool because it's literally like ancient times gladiator shit.
Yeah.
Like samurais,
Yeah.
like leave your spells at home. I'll bring my sword and my will.
100%,
And then he's like,
right?
I have my spirit animals with me. They ride with me at all times. And it's like, well, let's do battle then. Fuck it. Like these two, bro. Did you see my tweet about this, Mike, in Bags where I said? The first time they fought, I said, for this fight, instead of walking them to the pit, they should just let them go on opposite ends of the arena and let them hunt each other, like in a live, packed arena.
Yeah, I remember when you said that.
Oh.
But honestly, like, look, everybody wanted
Not
to see
thank
Connor
the
fight
fans,
again.
Mac.
Everybody wanted to see Connor fight again, but this is a way better fight than fucking Connor and Chandler,
is.
in my opinion. Like,
It is.
I wanted to see this rematch. It's a close fight.
I mean, this is a good, but I don't know, because we haven't seen Connor and Chandler, and this isn't.
We haven't seen
wouldn't be
Connor
a
or
rematch.
Chandler in like
That
3
wouldn't
fucking
be.
years.
I'm saying, but that wouldn't be a rematch. And it would be great to see those
back.
two fucking
Yeah.
fight.
But it's like if you're you get stood up on a date for a hot chick, and then they're like, oh, it's okay, her sister's on the way, and she's just as hot. Like, I mean, it's something like that. I'm happy with this one. I'm with you on
That's
that,
a
Beck.
video I should have had you bring up. Jazz was when there's a joke. The girl goes up and she's like, "Hi, my friend thinks you're cute, but she's just
Oh,
really
yeah.
shy. Can you come say hi?" And he's like, "Yeah." And the it's that
Demogorgon or whatever, like the
what's her name?
Demogorgon or some shit. What do they call her?
Yeah,
The real big girl.
yeah,
I mean, I
she
don't want
look-
to be too mean, but
It's a big
it's a really
I'm not
hot
gonna be
chick that
mean.
asks him
I ain't
about
trying to be mean.
dating my friend, and then it's
and then when they come walking up and she is wearing like a damn spaghetti string tank top that's like her whole belly is out and like she got some Daisy Dukes on.
he
The
literally
guys
ran.
just get up and run. That's just funny. But
Yeah.
But back to the fight, man. Jerry, and if Jerry is already saying, "Hey, let's leave our spells and our mantras," when Jerry is a guy who goes outside of the arena, he wants to get in the ring, he wants to suck in that energy. He better go suck in that energy and prepare to fight this guy, or it's just going to be the same thing. I think Alex Pereira gets the dub again. The guy has been showing us what he's doing. He's been putting videos of sparring. Every freaking week he's sparring, and you're seeing he does the same thing over and over and over again. He's got a long left hook. If Jerry ain't, if you ain't watching that, like, wow, I could do something about this. It ain't about the spells or the mantras, bro. Say your prayers, walk out there and fight like a man.
There is something I did see. You almost never see videos of Yuri training because literally it's him like in the woods hacking down trees with a fucking sword. Like that's how he trains apparently. But he did post a video, or someone did, of him sparring with someone mimicking Alex, and it was really fucking close. Big, tall dude. He was nailing the stance, nailing the entries and all this stuff, and he was working on. So to feed to your point, Mike, you really don't see that stuff much, but if you did see it, like Jazz, if you want, pull that up. I think it went viral because the dude mimics Alex really well. So
It did, and if you watch the slow-mo video of some of the work that Yuri had when he had Alex on the cage and was dodging the punches and counter punching, like Yuri looked very good. He got caught, yes, but he looked very, very good in that fight while he was on his feet.
yes, yeah, I think he even hurt Alex at one point. It was
He
just
did.
Alex. Alex hurt him
did.
the worst. Yeah.
So, Mike, you got Alex. You got Alex. Mac, who you got?
The first time I fought, Mike, you had Yuri. You and Yoel had Yuri. I had Alex. I think I'm gonna have to switch this time. I think I'm gonna have to switch this time. I think
I would be wrong twice. It makes sense.
that wasn't my point. I'm just switching.
It's not me fighting. I pick other fights like shit, dude. I could not pick another fighter to fucking show up and fight, but I know what I'm gonna do. So
Yeah, no, I'm not ripping you, I swear. But yeah, I think out of 10 fights, they could win 5 each every time. You know, like I think this could always be. I'm gonna take Yuri. I'm just gonna say Yuri pulls it off somehow.
Who was it that we were talking to? It was Dominic Cruz. And he said, when you get to that level, these guys can split fights for days. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is one of those matchups.
Yep.
Alex is special. I think if Alex spoke like good English, sorry to bore you, Mike. If Alex spoke good English, then I think he would be like an Omega star within the UFC. I think they would be pushing him above O'Malley, pushing him above a lot of people. Because he's actually got a really funny, dry-ass personality, too.
Dude.
But because his English is so broken, it just doesn't work in the U.S. market. But I like Alex, man. It's so hard to go against him. Like, I can't believe that Izzy caught him off the fucking fence. I still can't believe that. That was months ago, a year ago. Alex bounced back, moved up a weight class. I like Alex in the fight. But Yuri is really, really good. Could catch him. Again, it's one of those fights that could go either way. I'll take Alex on that one. But it's hard for me to get past the fact that we have a guy that thinks he's an ancient samurai warrior and believes this man is summoning spirits into his body to fight and asked him not to. Not that he just believes it. He asked him just not to do that and to fight clean is what he said. Like, this shit's wild, bro.
Dude, well,
like, can we do spirit testing?
Right?
yeah, that's a PED,
like
bro.
Ghostbusters, bro. They got to use a vacuum on him.
This guy's got ectoplasm in his blood, bro.
Yeah.
But dude, the English thing is funny. Like, I'm sure I've told you guys this, but it still blows my mind that time we took Alex Pereira to Waffle House in Orlando at 3 a.m. after we picked him up from the airport. And so me and my 2 dudes from Karate Combat went with him and his 2 kids to sit there in a Waffle House with fucking Alex Pereira. And my friend translated for us while we chatted or whatever. But the only English word I heard him say out of like 3 times he's kicked me all that shit we've done together. I was like, he doesn't know any English. Any English? They said no. But I was like, well, what do you want to eat when we were trying to decide to go to Waffle House or what? And he's like, he likes Panda Express. And I was like, what? No way. What do you like? And so then he went to translate, like, what do you like from there? But Alex understood what I meant and goes, looks back at me, smiling, goes, orange chicken. It's the only thing I've ever heard him say in English. I mean, he's learned more now, but yeah. He learned.
Orange chicken at Waffle House, bro?
No, because he wanted Panda. But I was like, Panda's closed. Only thing open is Waffle House. Asked him what he does like from Panda Express, and he understood. And it's the only thing I heard him say in English.
Well, what did he eat at Waffle House?
Him and his 2 sons got the exact same thing. They like the steak and onions. Yeah, it was just like a steak and onions. But, dude, I felt scared for a second because when they brought the bill, I grabbed the bill. And I was like, no, I'll take care of this. It's like my pleasure. Like, and he was like, no, like, you don't have to do that shit. Like,
Bro's rich. He drives Lamborghinis.
Yeah,
man.
but it wasn't about that. I had to
let him pick up the Waffle House bill.
No, that's why we're boys, bro. I was genuine about it, man. His kids were funny as fuck too. One of them speaks English. It was the one that did the imitated Izzy when he knocked him out in Glory. It was an interesting.
Well, I
think
man. I'm pretty sure John picked up the. I don't know. Maybe he didn't pick it up. Maybe we split the tab. I went to Waffle House with John
Jones.
Yeah, dude,
in Albuquerque,
late night partying out there in ABQ, bro.
So what? Up on Tramway or what? By the mountains?
We went to the Waffle House, probably the one on Tramway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about this with some buddies the other day. Because I don't know if you've seen, but there's been like massive restaurant closings across the U.S. Mm-hmm. The inflation on the food prices, everything that's gone along with that. Like restaurants just aren't in business anymore. I mean, like hundreds have closed across the U.S. And we were like, all right, pick one that's not going to go out of business. And everybody was like, Waffle House.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a fucking staple, bro. It's cheap. It's open 24/7. Like, you go in that motherfucker at 2 a.m., it's busy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, well, and you've heard about, like, the Waffle House weather advisory thing, right?
Nah.
Like, that's a thing everywhere. So if you say, like, it's a Category 5 hurricane and everyone needs to buckle down and prepare, if Waffle House doesn't close, it's not that bad. Like, Waffle House will not close. And so you base how bad a storm's going to be on whether or not Waffle House closes. If Waffle House closes, get the fuck out of there.
Low key, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Low key, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
It's been
So
a couple times.
is it true? So it's June 27th right now. You're fighting on July 20th, so just under a month away. Are you going to abstain from sex for the next month just to get your juices right for the fight? That's what I had heard. I don't know.
Is it true what you said that time, bro?
So I thought I told you
You
guys
did. That's why I can't.
what it is that I do.
Yeah.
And
It's insane.
I do a week, but I do mad edging.
That is the most Mike Perry shit.
Like how close? You
On the
said
edge.
that,
Oh,
so
dude.
super close.
Like it's dribbling, you know? And like I'm edging, bro.
Did you-
And I'm furious.
I'm glad 98% of our audience is male. All these guys are like, yeah, I get it.
No, I don't get
I
it.
still got to get it in, bro. I can't not get it in. Like, my wife is hot, bro.
I mean,
Just don't ask her to take a picture.
Not for you
Not for you.
or with you. No.
All right, has anybody
Don't
done
ask
that?
my wife.
Has anybody done that?
What's
'Cause
that?
We talked about you don't like it.
Oh, yeah, they try to sneak in. They try to say, at the press conference for Thiago Alves. I'm at the press conference. I was just nice with this dude. He had a belt, big fat slop. And then he sneaks behind me and he goes over and asks Lattori if he can have a picture. If he could take a picture. Can we take a picture? Lattori went like this. Man. Just start like walking, like turned around and like walked away. And there was other people with her and they were like, don't take no picture with her. You ain't taking no picture with her. She already knew. You ain't taking no picture with this guy so you can go home later and wank his willy. Fuck out of here, bro. My wife ain't got an OnlyFans. And I'm proud of that shit. Because if she did, I wouldn't be fighting. We'd be rich.
Yo, so I saw one of the UFC fighters that's been on our show. So I'm not gonna mention the name, but he was like, "Oh, you know, just had our baby," and I'm like, "Oh, this is great." You know, I'm looking at his Twitter post, like, "Just had our baby," and he's like, "Shout out to my wife for doing the heavy lifting," and then he tagged her, bro, and her name was like something, and then it ended with XXX, and I was like, "Dog." I didn't pop over there to look, but
This is a famous fighter.
it was, yeah. I'll tell you after this.
A lot of these guys, bro, they're troopers. You know what I've been watching, what I love? Me and my wife love to watch Love Island.
oh, I hate that
And
shit.
this season has been so just like there's a bunch of little snakes in the grass.
There always
And
is.
you don't know about Love Island?
Nah, I mean, I don't
It's
watch
new.
it.
It's like every night there's an episode that comes out, except like Wednesdays and Sundays or something. There's always an episode coming out, and they do things like the last episode we watched. They was having there's people in couples, and they were dancing, and there was this wall in the middle that they couldn't see the other side. And when the music's playing, and you start dancing. In the middle, it tells you decide when the light goes yellow. So you have to decide. And all these people that were in couples went ahead. There would be either the guy or the girl would walk off to the side and stop dancing. And if you stop dancing, that meant that you're ready to, see other people and try other things and you don't want to be in this couple anymore. And then when the wall opens, there's one person standing there and they thought their couple was going to be on the other side and they weren't there and they were left standing there like, damn, I'm single now. And Love Island's a great show, bro, but there's like,
It looks like you
it's
like it,
super-
man. It looks like you like
it's
it.
drama, bro. It's drama. And me and my wife, like, I be looking at her like, we always talk about like how if we would have met on Love Island, like would we have made it? Or it's a fun conversation to have, bro, with my wife. It's hilarious because I would have fucking soon as I got her, we always say like, "Oh, I found you." We would have hung out in the house, and then if there was any problem, we would have just left together.
No, see,
All
I
right, so
hate
Mac,
those
I
hype.
got to tell you a funny story. Hang on, Mac. So, Mike and Lattori don't play, dog. All right. So, and I'm super cognizant when I'm around people and couples and their wives, because my wife don't like to hug, right? And so every time I'm always like, first time I meet, especially if I don't know the people, the couple, right? Even if they're at my house for dinner, it doesn't matter. I'm like, I shake their hand, right? Mm-hmm. Some of these women they come in for a hug, I'll hug them because I don't give a shit, right?
Yeah.
But like, I think it was like probably the third or fourth time that I met LaTorre and I was with Mike. And then I don't go for the full hug. I go in for the half hug, right? You know what I mean? Like
the respectful, that's your wife. Yeah.
Hey, and she didn't even want to do that. She looked at Mike and Mike just goes, he's good. And she was like,
dog. No, but for real, no, there's like a thing there, right? You got to like fill out each situation. Some people have different things, man. Like,
dude, because look,
because you don't want to undershoot. Like, if you dap up your boy and then just shake her hand and he's like, what the fuck? Like, so you don't want to undershoot it and look rude, but you don't want to overshoot it and get Mike Pereira to beat your ass. You know, like
there's this weird dynamic, especially when you're with couples, right? It's like some women are just super huggy, right? Their husbands don't give a fuck, so you got to hug them, and I don't care either. But like my wife don't like to like hug. If somebody we're close with comes in for a hug, she's cool with it. Other than that, it's like a handshake, it's a half hug type deal. It's a whole weird dynamic you got to feel out, especially if you're in like a big group with couples, right? It's like everybody's different.
That's funny as fuck though. Yeah, Mike's like, I'm ready to beat someone's ass. Just say the wrong thing.
He just looked over. He's like, he's good.
Okay, what I have to say about this Love Island show. Let's see this clip real quick.
This is Love Island?
Or whatever.
I don't know what season this is.
Cool. Honestly, you're so mature. It's actually embarrassing.
All right, cool. But
Next.
some,
Anything else?
I know.
Hey, come on, man.
I haven't been second choice like 3 times in it, so.
Jesus Christ. See, this is.
Did you hear what he just said? What? He said. Say that again. What did he say? Go on, what? Jess, what did he say? Go on, say it. Go on. Go on, say it.
I said you're the one that's been second choice like 3 times in it, so.
She's been the second choice like 3 times. That was hard to understand. That's not the season I'm watching.
Well, this is my point, Mike, about I hate those fucking shows. My girlfriend started getting me to watch one of them. I don't remember what. Love is Blind, I think. And I thought it was like interesting, but I'm also like, these people are fucking, retarded, dude. Like this is crazy, man. And then
Love Island,
and I hate that you keep bringing Love Island up because ever since the episode a few ago, you brought it up. Now my girlfriend goes like, "Let's watch Love Island." I go, "Fuck no, you
gotta watch
and then,
it, bro.
Now she goes, "Well, your friend Mike likes it. Like, why can't you like it and watch it with your?" I'm like, Mike, shut the fuck up about Love Island because we watched. Dude, you date a Latina too. Latinas watch that shit and they're like this. Would you have talked to another girl? Or would I have been the one you knew right off the bat?
Yes, you have to learn how to go through those
You can't with Latinas because I go like, no, I would have only seen you. And she'd be like, oh, so you're lying. So you're just not honest. And you're like, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say, you want me to pick 3 and say I would have picked you?
You're still fresh. You're still at the fresh beginning. And you must hold it down. You must always lie. You must always lie.
Just lie out your. But dude, it doesn't matter if you lie. They want like it's the craziest shit, bro. Like if I died, would you remarry?
You ever seen that video of the guy and his girl at the concert, and they're on the big screen, and there's a big booty shaking right on his head, and everyone in the comments is like, "Damn, he want to turn around so bad."
Oh yeah, dude. That's right.
Look, I hate all these reality shows.
No, babe. I don't like big old boobs or
too big.
But then they'll go like this. Oh, so I don't have big boobs?
Too big.
Yeah, and you'll be like, no, yours are perfect. They're the perfect big. And then, oh, bro, there's no right answer to that. So you're right. You gotta lie your ass off.
The only one I'll watch is Love Down Under.
Is that the one where they do the autistic kids?
No, it's couples with Down syndrome dating.
Oh,
and then I'm like, and then I just sit there and I watch it, bro, and I'm like, would I? You know what I mean? Like each couple that comes up, I'm like, would I?
I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Bro, I love scrolling, man. I be scrolling and be seeing shit like that, bro. Oh, Mac, it just takes me back to our point. Always lie.
Always lie.
All right, Mike, you still golfing, right? A little bit.
Man, it's been a little bit since I've been out there.
Right. I want you to watch this and tell me how real this shit is right here. This had me howling.
My name's Sonny, and I told my wife we were on the 9th hole when we were already done with the round. Sometimes I'm kind of glad that my wife doesn't know anything about golf, because then I can tell white lies like that.
Needs a couple beers with the
It's
boys.
not that I don't want to get home. It's just that I have more fun at the golf course with my buddies, and I like to have 2 to 5 cold ones after the round. I'd rather just lie than to have to deal with telling her that we're in the clubhouse having beers and dinner, because then she'll complain and passive aggressively hate me for the rest of the week. I think at this point she thinks golf takes about 7 hours for 18 holes, which I'm okay with. I purposely don't take her out there just so she doesn't realize how long it really takes. Usually I just say it's really slow, or the guys in front of us really suck, and that usually works. The day that it doesn't, I don't really know what I'll do. I don't think I'll ever tell my wife that golf only takes 4 hours. I don't really know what I would do if I can't have a couple of beers and a nice meal after golf with my buddies without having texts come through every 2 minutes.
You know, if he took his wife to play golf, it would take 7 hours.
And it wouldn't be
The
nearly as
women.
fun. He'd be miserable the whole time.
I like taking my wife to play golf, though. We go play 18 holes sometimes. And she's getting better. She's doing good. But the two and
I'm with
we've
Sonny.
gone through this.
I'm with
Hey,
Sonny.
babe, I need to have 2 to 5 beers. I'm at the clubhouse. We don't lie. Like I know I'm telling Mac to lie, but like it was the subject I was telling Mac to lie about.
Yeah, hypothetical
Oh, honey,
situations.
do you think other girls are pretty?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No, I don't. I don't at all. That's the lie. That's it. And she's going to see this episode, and I'll be fine, because no, I don't think other women are pretty. Only my wife is pretty. My wife is the only pretty woman alive. So we're cool with, like, hey, babe, I played golf. I'm going to grab 2 to 5 beers, and I'll be home.
See, my approach to that is always just to say, like, of course other people are pretty. Like, but that's the beauty in it. You're the one I picked, though. I don't know. We have different approaches. It seems to work out just fine.
Yeah.
But with the hypothetical situations, like I said, that shit, lie
Y'all
your
got to
ass
watch
out.
Love Island. Man.
Ah, dude, damn it. Well, she's going to make me now.
Yeah, you got to watch it. It's good. Watch this season. It's the American season. It's all right. It's pretty good. And they do some cringy stuff. Like they'll have 6 girls in a line with blindfolds on, and then all the dudes go through and kiss all 6 girls, and all 6 guys kiss all 6 girls. And then they'll bring on a new guy, and he kiss all 6 girls, and they're like, who the heck was that? And like some person they don't even know just made out with them. They're like tonguing each other down.
Ugh.
And then they switch it and they put the blindfolds on the guys, and the girls go kiss all the guys. And it's like y'all are in couples and y'all making out with the all 5 dudes next to you. That's a little gross.
Yeah.
They should blindfold them and make the guys kiss the guys as a joke. See, I'd watch that shit. I'd be like, all right, yeah. You think, you welcome to Love Island, motherfucker.
Ooh. Spicy. How did you get to where you are with all the, because the money isn't enough.
Nah, but
money's
it
not
helps.
enough.
Nah, but it
How do
helps.
you get to where, like, hey, it just takes time, right? You got to let the relationship build over time. Hey,
It's
honey, I got
trust.
these business meetings.
It's
And then
trust.
I'm going to have some drinks.
Yeah, it's trust. Like, look, I'm going to Vegas for the weekend with the boys, right? I update once a day, literally once a day. That's it. Like, if you got trust with your girl, you can have that type of relationship. If you don't have trust with your person, then you don't have that type of relationship. To me, it's that fucking simple. Like, but also it depends on the woman, right? Like, I got a good woman, and she don't bitch and complain and ask where I am and try to track my phone and shit. Like, we ain't got none of that.
Well, mine, she can do that, and then it's.
So you have your location. Do you share your location at all times with your wife, Mike?
Absolutely.
I do with my girlfriend too, because I'm like, I got nothing to fucking hide. Like he's got like a VPN on something.
Bro, I wouldn't do this shit. I wouldn't do that shit out of principle.
I didn't want to, but I was like, I literally don't have anything to hide. So you know what? Fuck
Well,
it.
hang on. You didn't want to. Then she obviously said something that made you do it.
Not made me. Like I said,
You
no.
were just like, you woke up one day and you were like, hey, babe, I just want to share my fucking location with you 24/7.
I didn't. I don't remember how the conversation went, but out of principle, I was like, "That's like what?" Like just out of principle. And then later, I just was like, "You know what? Like I really don't give a fuck. Like I don't
Man,
give a fuck."
you're
Yeah, I turned it on.
lying.
I am not lying, bro. She was here. I'd bring her ass in here. and I'd say, "What happened with all that shit?"
Yeah, but the thing is, it doesn't do anything for the man to have the location
doesn't.
because we don't fucking check. I'm not
I know.
fucking
I
looking.
never.
And if
checked.
I did look, would I even know? Oh, who's it? What are you at? Some random house right now? Where you
Right.
at?
Yeah,
right?
it seems like something just caused
All
problems.
right, here's the thing. Here's my question. All right, now you tracking her phone. You guys are tracking each other's phones. She's at some random house. Well, you go drive over to the fucking house,
Mike would.
right?
Hell no, I'm FaceTiming first. I'm FaceTiming
Show-
before I get my
hey,
location. Show me the house. Show me the house. Where you at? What are you doing?
Nah, my thing is, if she's at some
And the
fucking
side dude is just ducking under the phone real quick when she turns around, spins and shit.
Nah,
Fuck
bro,
that. I
if
got
she's-
no trust. I don't believe in trust.
bro. Then that's
don't
fucked
believe in
up. That's
trust.
fucked up.
I don't
bro.
trust nobody, and nobody should trust me.
See, I would just
I will
turn off my
stab you in the
location.
back.
I just
Listen.
turn off my location, and I guarantee you, she calls you within 30 seconds.
Yeah, of course.
And then I'd be like, okay.
Well, because it sends a notification. They stop
Well, so
sharing
then-
your location. Where you at? What are you doing?
So if I was worried about it,
y'all are fucked up.
hey man, Bags, we can't all have like a.
Young love, bro. We
Yeah.
got our,
Nah,
And
y'all
then
are
we
fucked
watch
up,
shit
man.
like Love Island, and our girlfriends get fucking ideas from that shit, and they think every dude's like the people in those fucking dumbass shows. I hate
It's
that.
harder to have a girlfriend than a wife, though, man.
Listen,
sure.
bro. If your girlfriend thinks like equates you to some dude she sees on a fucking reality TV show in Great Britain, how well does she even know you at that point?
I
You know
tell
what
her
mean?
the same
And here's
thing,
my
man.
thing. Like if I happen to turn on a fucking phone tracker and my girl is at some fucking guy's house, like you think I want to fucking roll over there and be like, "That's my girl, you're fucking." Hell no. I'm gonna be like, "Bitch, pack your fucking. Hey, I packed it for you. Your bags are packed, right? I ain't worried about going over there and confronting anybody.
Yeah, if
like
you want
you
to do-
made
go do
that
your thing.
decision. Now you sleep with it.
Yeah, same.
No,
Stand
of
on it.
course. That's why I said we're not looking, But I love where this went.
No, this is fun.
I love this
is good.
episode. on this week's episode of
Dating advice.
marriage counseling,
Right.
trust your partner.
Yes.
Stop sharing your location with each other. Just trust them. I'm like, hey, you took 5 minutes too long in the bathroom. Who you fucking stopped to talk to? Because I know if I saw your little fine ass, I'm trying to get a quickie. 5 minutes, I could do a lot in 5 minutes with my fine ass wife.
All right, Mike, what you think? Boobs too big? Too small? What you think?
Is that photoshopped?
Nah. No, you just said you
Who
don't
is
ever
that?
look
Is
at other.
that Jazz?
Yeah, you said you don't like to look at other women. I just had Jazz pull somebody up for you to give a synopsis.
Is that
on.
Jazz
Yeah, it's
with long hair and boobs?
AI jazz. So technically, if you say she's hot, it's not a big deal because it's AI. It's fake.
So if you see her with your wife at the coffee shop, you're like, nah, boobs are too big.
No, I'm not judging nothing.
She looks like a nice person.
Did she say anything to me?
Yeah. She said, "What's up, Mike Perry? I seen you on television."
Hi, how you doing?
Uh-huh.
You enjoying your coffee?
Okay, what if she asked Latori to take a picture of you two?
She kind of fat.
Hang on. I'm gonna play the girl for a minute. Oh, Mike Perry, is that you? I seen you've been beating people up in BKFC. You fighting Jake Paul, right?
Hell yeah.
That's all you got to say is hell yeah?
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's it. I ain't fucking starting a conversation with the bitch. That's exactly what I would have told my wife. I ain't starting a conversation with her. She asked me about the fight. I'm fighting Jake Paul. Damn right.
Mike Perry, I heard you was edging before the fight. Like, how close
Perry.
you coming?
Do you fuck like you fight raw, bare knuckle? Oh shit,
babe. I think you need to talk to this person.
Latoya's gonna come on here and just see the picture and be like, "Who's that bitch?"
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence. Oh, I saw this shit because I own a Tesla, and I saw two things: $60,000 robot, more or less, I don't know, that will wash your dishes, clean the house, pick your kids up from school. It converges with your car, and also I can put my car on a work schedule. It can go pick people up in taxi, and I collect money, and the car just goes picks people up. No driver. That's coming.
That's it.
If you own a Tesla, you can send your car to go taxi and Uber.
Pretty
All right,
fucking dope.
but think about this: you really want a $60,000 robot that can do all that shit at your house with Latori when you're gone from the house for a week and a half? Because what else can that motherfucker do?
That's what it don't be fair with sometimes. Like I told my wife I was finna go to these fights and I was probably gonna go without her. Well, we're going together. It's a fight night, date night. We're going, and she's like, "Why? Why you want to go?" Like, who? I'm like, because sometimes I just don't want to be a babysitter, and like just be fucking tough guy at the fights. Maybe I'll get into a fight and we'll have some fun at the public event, and you know, it's like I can't have cool shit because it's dangerous for my wife can't protect herself. I'll fuck that robot up. But what if I'm not there and it tries to fucking stab my wife? Now I can't have a robot? Fuck.
Bro, what if you come back and all your shit's on the porch and the robot's been taken care of while you were gone? You didn't even think about that. Y'all got to think about this shit with technology, man. He could steal your bitch.
I mean, dude, a robot that's just shaped like a cylinder can still.
Damn, how would you feel? You buy a robot
and he
you
fucked
come
your
home
wife,
and he's tagging your wife, and you can't do that shit. His shit hydraulic, never goes soft. Hydraulic, like where's the? Is there gonna be robot bitches?
Yeah, there already is. Oh, dude, you know that's where the industry came from. Yeah. Have you?
Then you're in a 4-way marriage because you got a female maid robot and you got a male butler robot. Your wife's banging the robot.
I'm telling you, AI is fucked up, man. We need to stop it now. Before we get all
you're
the
on that
bitches
side.
stolen.
I think AI is. I don't know.
I think it's pretty cool.
I think cool.
my Tesla's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh no, that is not.
Oh, there's Mike's robot.
Dude, shut the fuck up,
There's
bro.
Mike's robot right there.
That's AI, bro. That is not a real robot.
Listen, and Mike comes home and she's like, "Don't worry, baby. He's just making pizza.
He's just throwing pizza dough, baby.
Making dough."
And I tripped.
Woo. And she gives him the pepperoni.
Shoo. Telling you, man.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I mean, Bags, you're not off. It's gonna happen. That's gonna be an issue that comes up. You know.
Pick your hard, because there's no matter what you choose, there's gonna be a hard. You get married and you have your wife and I love my wife and my family and sometimes we are mad at each other and it sucks. But or you could be lonely. Sometimes when I'm mad at my wife, I'm like, damn, I wonder what being lonely would be like. You know, my wife's pretty though, so
you put up with it.
It trumps everything. It trumps everything. When I look at my wife's little caramel skin, and she's a little 97 pounds, and she's got ribs and abs and looking like a Slurpee. Suck on that thing.
You got hot tour. Yeah, dude.
All right, Mike, lead us out of here. We got so far off fucking track.
No, this is good.
Hey, look, guys will learn not to leave their wives with robots.
Don't ask Mike Perry for a picture with his wife.
Everybody, look, Love Island's about to spike on viewership. I don't know what else.
Mike Perry, Grant Joe Rogan. Oh, wait, before we go, can we talk about this real quick? The Trump. So there's a big main event this week. We got Karate Combat tomorrow. Tonight we got Trump versus Biden in a debate. I don't care what political side you're on. What the fuck are all these rules coming out? Did you see the one today? They said like it's going to be 2-minute delayed. So
yeah. Unfortunately, this episode will be about 3 days too late for that. But yeah.
I don't get it. Is Trump going to jail?
No.
Is he going to win the presidency from in the office?
Yep.
Hopefully he wins. Or I mean, from in the prison. Shout out to him if he does that. That'd be a first.
That'd be a first.
Who's truly Trump cares about the people of America, and that's a good thing. So everybody who watched, thank you for listening to us talk about our lives, man. We're trying to open the door for you. We want to get to know you. We want you to know us. And we are here just trying to grow and put on a show. So, let's go. Overdogs Podcast, episode 39.
38, 39, 39 probably.
Always a pleasure talking with you boys, man. Thank you. God bless you. Love you too, brother. God bless you.
This podcast episode was brought to you by Overdogs Bet. Sign up today for early beta access and free play at overdogsbet.com/beta.